Hi friends, welcome to Issues DIY. Today we will design a boho leather wrap bracelet, and this bracelet is a fun bracelet. It can also be worn as a necklace. So I have here some suede leather. I think this is a 2 millimeter suede leather. I cut about two pieces. One piece is 35-inch long and the second piece is 70-inch long. So I have these two pieces, as you guys can see. Let me just take this off. And this is a 35-inch long piece, and this one is a 75-inch long piece. So we need two of those, and then we need some variety of these findings. These are spacer beads, right? And then see, something is stuck in here. Okay. So what you need to do here is it's just stuck pretty well. So I'm just going to hold it like this and take it. It looks like a grain or something. Okay, I'll take that later. I'll deal with it later. So now we shall concentrate on making the bracelet. So I have here some slider clasp. It's not a slider clasp, it's a slider which is for usually for leather, and the hole is very wide and big, but it's flat and smooth, and this one is very pretty. And I have a hook from my stash. You can use this one, or you can use a button or so, whichever you have available in your stash. And I have like big hole beads like this for adding two cords or three cords together, and some of these beads which has big holes. So these ones are decorative and these ones are a little bit plain, as you guys can see. These are all these findings except for the clasp. Everything came from enbeads.com, and this suede leather is from my stash. So let's just get started. So this is the smallest one, which is 35-inch, and take the biggest one and fold it into half. So that way, hold the two ends like that, and then get the middle, and then take this 35-inch piece and keep it right next to it, and then do an overhand knot just like so. Okay, I don't want this knot to be very I don't want this loop to be very big, so just adjust your knot accordingly. So that loop is about, say, half to 3/4 of an inch. No, okay, sorry, not more than that, right? So you can also move it like this if you want to. So this is about, say, right. So I just want this to come and hook here, maybe a little bit more. I'll just make it a little bit more smaller. It's pretty tight anyways. That's a good thing. There we go. I made it a little bit more smaller, and I tightened the knot right here. Okay, this is that. And then you take these two cords, doesn't matter which cord it is, and you can put some beads inside these cords. So I'm just going to add some beads. Once you add the spacer bead, bring it all the way close. Right there, you can add as much as you want the spacer beads. There is no rhyme or reason you should limit yourself, or you should, what you can do with these suede leathers is you can cut these at an angle just like so. so it's easy for you to feed through it. Once you get that thing, then you can pull it out with your fingers or with your pliers. There we go. It's a little bit tough, even though it's a big hole, and the suede leather is like nice and thick. You can also use leather, regular leather. See, you don't even have to put a knot, it just stays like that. Very pretty, right? So I'm just going to add one more here, and I have more spacer beads. Let me grab it. So this one's these ones are all came from nbeads.com. It was a mixed if you have watched my unboxing video, it was a mix of antique silver spacer beads and stuff like that. You can also add this if you want the cross. I'm just gonna add this one right here. This one I really like it a lot, so I'm gonna add it here and say this. So once I added a spacer bead in every single suede leather, then what I'm going to do is take all the 3 cords and pass it through these big hole spacer bead. This also came in that mix, but then I will scatter these. I don't want it to be all bunched up in one place, and this portion I wanted it to be like 2 inches long or so. So take my ruler and then measure about, say, 2 inches. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now what I will do is, again, I will go ahead and separate this one and find out which one exactly it is. This is the one with this, so I will add another spacer in that just to make sure. Again, you should cut this at an angle so it's easy for you to thread through. When it comes out, all you do is take your pliers, hold on to that and pull it. But this time I want to make an overhand knot, just like so, and then come back right here. This overhand knot is an optional thing too. If you don't want a knot right there, you don't have to. I am putting a knot and then I'm adding this bead, then again I'm putting a knot again. Okay, now there we go. So this is quite different right here, and then the rest I'm going to add just the beads. And then in this, again, another cord which doesn't have anything, we will add one more different spacer bead right here. So there we go. And as I said, I want this to be scattered. I don't want it to be, right next to each other, and so forth and so on. So this is there, and then what I can do here is I can take the 2 cords and then add another spacer which is right here. So this time I'm using 2 cords. Let me see if it goes through the 2. First I will put 1 and then I will just hold it on and then cut this at an angle as well, and then try to fit this in through. It goes through 2 cords, so any 2 cords is fine, doesn't matter which one it has to be. Bring those together, squeeze those in. So see how it goes and stands right there. Just don't let it be loose and nice. See this, right? I like that. And now in this again I'm gonna add I'm gonna take these 2 and just do another of these findings so that they can go in together. Or we can also do this if we can accommodate 2 of these cards very easily, so we can attach this as well. There we go. This goes much smoother than the other one. So I'm just showing you various options how you can design and make your own. Doesn't have to be the same pattern as mine. See this? So this way you're actually connecting or intertwining the leather cords with your beads and not actually, individually doing anything much. So now over here also, doesn't matter where it is. So see this over here, I just take this cord, which is a single cord, and tie an overhand knot. Okay, just like this. But I want this knot to be at least 2 inches in distance from the previous knot, so doesn't have to be exact but an approximation. So then take this and add our decorator finding here, right? Move it all the way down just like so. Again, tie an overhand knot. Okay, then bring the knot closer right next to that bead right here. So now you have this. So I'll take this cord, separate these 2 cords, and add one of the finding here. There is no rhyme or reason to add any particular finding. Whichever fits in, you can add those, right? And take this one right here and add another one just like so, right? And then again we have a connection here. So now I'm ready to, I want this to be a wraparound bracelet, so it's a multi-wrap bracelet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add, separate these 2, right? These 2 were connected here, so now I want to separate these 2 and then take this one inside. So if you align it properly, it won't come. Maybe you align it in a different heights, then it will be easier to put it in. So I'm just alternating the two cords that goes through one single bead at a time, right? See this? This way everything will be uniform. I take this cord and then I add this bead and then I knot, right? I knot over here before the bead. There we go. It's a 2-inch gap. And then push your bead down. Again, make another knot after that bead. So this knotting, you can do it every other bead or so. Just make sure that you have enough cord for that. And that's about it. Okay, and then take these two cords. Now we are about the center, I guess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some beads here. And this, I'll just put this plain one right here. Not the plain one, the decorated one right here, and the plain one in the outer. Just like so. Now this is going to be my center focal. It doesn't have to be the center, but I just wish it can be center, so I'm just going to add about here. I think I'm about in the middle of my bracelet, so I'm just going to add this right here. You don't have to add this, you can just continue with the spacer beads that you have been using all along, but since I have it, I'm using it, right? See this? It's rather loose, it's not even tight. So I take these two cords again, I'm just keeping it like this, and then this cord got a knot, this cord got a knot, so this is the one I need to knot again. So if I decide that one first, then it's easy for me to design the rest. So I just leave a 2-inch gap as I would normally do, and this 2-inch gap also doesn't have to be exactly 2-inch per se. You guys can make it 1.5, even 1 inch. Just make sure that you have enough cord is all that is there. So it's a boho wrap bracelet, so we need to maintain that boho style, right? And make one more knot after the bead so that the bead doesn't move, but you will have the other beads that's moving. There we go. Right, now take this cord right here, add a bead right there. You can also add big hole spacer, big hole beads, gemstones or crystals or something like that. This one is left. I'm going to go ahead and add these right here. Okay, just like so, and then take these two cords, because yes, these two cords, and I take this one right here and put these two inside. I'm just going to take this off and redo it because it's way too twisted in my opinion. There we go. So now again, this can be the center, so this one moves like this. Alright, and then what do we do is, again, take these and put some beads again, so we can follow this one right here in the mirror image kind of a thing. So this one received the knot and this one will receive the knot after. So after 2 inch, about say here. This way, when I alternate the knots, I'm not utilizing just one leather cord, and that will make that shorter. I'm using everything. So we had 35 inch, so we will have enough cord to work with. Keep that in mind when you're designing as well. There we go. So that's done. Take these two and put it in through this. Right, and now separate these two and add some spacers. Excuse me. Excuse me again. So I have these just kind of coming like this very nicely. Just adjust everything. And again from here 2 inch. This about say here. I will do this cord knot. Take this decorative spacer. There we go. Right, so add one here, one here, these two were together. Now we shall separate these and make these two together. So take this. Let me also see. Okay, let's just put this through, and then we will check. So it's about here, say here, right? So I'm just going to wrap it around my wrist, and so this is about, say, here. If I do one more wrap, I will come and say about here, right? That's one more wrap that I want to have. Maybe I should have gotten this a little bit over that side, maybe a bit more centered, because this is about, say, I needed 12 inches. So I'll remove all of these. I don't think so I can do that, but anyways, doesn't matter. I will just continue my design, and then it should be good, because removing every knot, I will put a stress on the leather, which I don't want to. So here we go. Take this cord right here and make about, say, a knot after 2 inch. Add this bead. So I'll continue making more of these and come back. So I finished it. Now I have only this much left. Now I'm ready to add this. So whichever cord is longer, take it and put this clasp through. Okay, and bring it down here, just like so. Okay, and then take all the 4 cords and tie an overhand knot. Okay, we had 3 cords, and then we had 1 cord which is folded over. So put these through first, and then this clasp first, then later, and just make a big gigantic knot right there and tighten it. Okay, just you can tighten it individually by moving everything like that, and that's about it. So actually our bracelet is ready, nice and done. So look at that, how cool is the bracelet. So all you need to do is you can have it like this, or you can add a finding and then tie a knot. In this case, add a spacer bead, metallic spacer bead. Tie a knot, just like so, and then do the same here as well. Take another one and put through, and then tie a knot. It's as simple as that. Remember, it's a boho bracelet, and then just you can cut it at an angle to give it some extra character, just like so. And in this also, what you can do is you can add a bead and then tie a knot if you want. Actually, I don't want to tie a knot here, so I'll just snip it off right next to it, but I won't cut it close, right? If you want, you're not happy camper, if you don't glue or tie everything together tightly, you can put a dab of GS Hypo-Cement or E6000 over here and over here. Over here also you can see we still have small left, so I will cut that at an angle as well, and leaving a short bit exposing right there. So move everything off. We are done with our bracelet. Let me just show you guys how I will wear this. So this clasp will be a little tight, so just open it up a little bit more. So just wrap around your wrist. I have a standard 6.5 to 7-inch wrist bracelet, so for me it wraps around really nicely, and there we go. And there it is. So I want it like this. So now this is how my wrap bracelet looks. I hope you guys like this. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching, and I will leave down the description box below the link for the spacer beads that I got from nbeads.com. Thank you. Bye bye.